Okay, so today we're going to make a lovely little sort of casserole type thing with the spiralizer. A few extra ingredients, I'll go through all that, and then we're going to roast it, because the thing about roasting is that the courgettes stroke zucchinis don't fall apart. So you can do your own variations on this theme, but the basis of this is 2 large courgettes, nicely sliced at the end, so they can kind of balance, which we'll see on the spiralizer later. Also 2 large carrots. I'm going to have a little bit of chilli, some garlic. Then at the back we've got 125 grams of cheddar cheese, 50 grams of quinoa or quinoa, depending how you pronounce it. This is about a tablespoon and a half of rapeseed oil. You can use olive oil, and then I'm going to put the salt, pepper, herbs, etc. in that one there, and that is the little casserole dish there. So you could either have it as a light lunch, or in this case I'm going to have it as a side to the main meal. So you can see this is not a massive casserole dish there. I will measure it for you later, and there is a spiralizer thing. So first we need to do is we're going to have to put the quinoa in to boil, and that needs to cook for about 20 minutes in order to open up and become a little bit fluffier. So water's boiling, 50 grams of quinoa. Pop it in there and just let it simmer, so for about 20 minutes. So we'll cut those up or spiralize those last, because the longer you can kind of keep them in their outer shell, the better really. So then just chop up this garlic. You don't have to have garlic if you don't want the garlic, but I think it helps, adds a little bit of flavour. Now I've never quite been sure of the purpose of the spiralizer, whether it's to be, chilli, or probably only half a chilli really, or whether it's supposed to be low carb or just low calorie or a bit of both, but this is certainly low carb, as long as you don't then also have pasta or potatoes or something else to go with it. Then you can put that in the bowl there. And I shall add all the other bits and bobs that you want to put in with that. So some pepper, tiny bit of salt. I know some people don't have salt at all, but I like a little bit of salt. Some mixed herbs. Once again, you could do fresh, you could pick your particular herbs. That's in there like that. Put it back over there. Now the carrots will need a little bit of a parboil, only 2 or 3 minutes, but they do need something, unless you want them to be very al dente once the roasting's finished. This particular one always leaves a bit at the end. I'm not sure if that's so with every model. There you go. Lots of spirally bits. In the meantime, as we're nearly there, I'm just going to set the oven, top oven, because we don't really need a fan for this. 200-ish degrees, and that should be nice and hot by the time we're ready to use it. Okay, so in there. Lovely job. All that water's now gone through into the carrots. And we can just put the carrots nicely on the stove. As I say, they really only need 2 3 minutes. Meantime, rinse the noir off. It cools it down, stops it cooking for a bit. We don't really need it cooking anymore, and we want to be able to mix it with all the other stuff by hand. So it always helps not to burn yourself. Put that to one side. Pop it on. So let's spiralise the courgette now. And there you go. The courgette itself doesn't have a massive flavour, so it will kind of take on bits of whatever you're putting it with. So here you are, spiralised courgette. In here there's two, and you'll find there's some very long threads and some very short threads, but some of the long threads go on forever. So that's great. We're nearly there for mixing the mixture. Turn it off, and there you are, the carrots now suitably softened, and all come out there. Quick rinse just to cool them down. Take another bowl. You don't have to do this part, but you can always mix it in the casserole bowl if the casserole bowl is big enough. But easier to mix it separately and then pour it through. So you can pop in chilli and your garlic, and then your quinoa, which you can see now is a little bit more fluffy than it was before you gave it a little boil. As Jamie would say, whack it in there, just whack it all together. Cheese, which will melt nicely, and the carrots. Great colour, the carrots. Right. Mix it all up because the strands are quite long, so I do have to interweave them a little bit. Okay, so there's the pre-oven pack shot. Looking delicious already. It looks even better after it's cooked. This, once again, kind of, you don't have to do this, but it just adds a little bit at the end, a slightly different flavour, just a little bit of browning on the top, and that is the Parmesan, or as they say in America, Parmesan. There you go. Right, let's pop that puppy in the oven. There we go. Very nicely done in the oven there. And then set it for half an hour. You need to probably keep an eye on this because it can cook a little quicker or a little slower depending. So just keep an eye, it should be slightly browned on the top. Okay, moment of truth. So, there we go, turn it off. Step back a bit so I don't burn my face. Let's get the oven glove. There we go. Look at that. Right. Second pack shot of the day. Lovely. Right, let's just take a little tiny bit of this out of here. Pop it on the plate. Look at that, hear it sizzle. Don't know if you can. And there it is. You can make your own little bits on it, perhaps a bit more cheese, a bit more spices, whatever you want, but it's a basic thing with your spiralizer.